Dang, I'm pretty hot. Hey guys, today we're going to be doing a phone review, the Moto G 3rd Gen. Alright, so here it is. Pretty nice. I'm sorry I'm a little sick. Okay, so I don't even know where to start. We'll start off with hardware, I guess. What you get is a plastic back. With Moto Maker, you can make this a certain color, and you can make this a certain color. I choose yellow and blue. And then you can get a name right there. Just a little hard to see, especially in this lighting. I'll light that up a little bit. Still can't really see it, maybe a little bit. But mine says Moto Mojo because that's the username I use for pretty much everything. And you can get yours. I think you can make it as long as 12 digits, somewhere around there. Dual flash, a 13 megapixel camera, which is the same kind of camera that the Nexus 6 had. I mean, like, the Nexus 6 had the same shooter and all that stuff built in, so pretty cool. On the bottom, you have your USB port, and then you have this, which is to take the back off. Side, nothing. Top, you got headphone jack and mic. And then on the side, you have your power button and volume rockers. On the front, you got one speaker, and on the top one, I really don't know if that's just for looks or if that's... I think that's where you hear the person talking to you, if you still do that. This, I'm pretty sure, is sensor, you know, doesn't really matter. Then you have a, I think, 3, no, maybe 5, hold on. Geez. 5 megapixel front-facing camera. And that's about it for the hardware. Now for the software, what you have on board is, I'll just tell you basic stuff, and I'll link a website that I use for specs in the description. I'll link that in there so you can look at all the specs, but I'll just go over the basic stuff. You got 2 gigabytes of RAM. That depends on which one you get though. This one only has 1 gig. If you boost it up for $40, you get 2 gigs of RAM. And for the cheaper one, you get 8 gigabytes of storage, and for the more expensive one, you get 16. Yeah, 16. Battery is 2,470 milliamps. I just call that 24, which is pretty good actually. I'll go over the battery life here in a little bit. And you got Android 5.1.1 Lollipop, which is the newest one as of right now, unless you count betas, which I don't, but yeah. But storage is expandable. Right about here is 8 gigabytes of storage, expandable. I mean, no. Oh yeah, it's expandable by 8 gigabytes, okay, yeah. And you also have a micro... I mean, not that... No, sorry, I got that wrong. I'm pretty sure it's... I don't know. I think it's up to 16 is how big you can get. And then you also have a SIM card slot. So, yeah. You turn it on, you have obviously Lollipop on here. So, yeah, For me, there hasn't been hardly any stutter, but I don't use multiple apps at the same time. I use one app at a time. I don't have multiple apps open at a time, so if you're that kind of person, I don't really know what to tell you. It probably won't work very fast. One time I ever had stutter is when I'm on Facebook and I try to play music to skip a song or to start a different playlist or something like that. It does have some stutter, but a lot of times I have Facebook and Instagram open at the same time, and they will switch back and forth easily, so it's not super bad. With that stutter, speed, as I was saying, stutter in very minimal places, so not bad stutter at all. So yeah, that's about it for that part. Pictures, I can't really get the pictures on this video, so I haven't got that far yet. But they are pretty good. Not as good as like a G4 or anything, but they are not bad by any means. Oh yeah, about battery life. I've got some good battery life and I'm on it pretty often. I actually wrote it down here. The highest I had by the end of the day was 77%. That's pretty good. And then the lowest was 36%. That's also extremely good. That was for about the week and a half I've had it. It doesn't have a whole lot of space, though. It's already out of space. Yeah, but not really any stutter anywhere. Some other cool things about it is the Moto options you have, which you can deactivate these if you don't like it. But there's this display, which you can push the icon, and it'll tell you your battery life up here, and it'll tell you the day. And it'll have all your notifications up here. If it'll work again, okay, but yeah, and then you have the lock down here. So yeah, then there's even more actions. One of those actions would be the twist to activate camera, which does work with the display off. You just do this, and it'll open the camera. The Moto camera, you can't set it to have a different camera. Sadly, I wanted to do that, but because I like the Google camera. But yeah, pretty good, pretty cool actually. So yeah, another one that's also really cool is the chop to activate flash. So yeah, if your power goes out, or if you're outside and you just need a quick flashlight, you can just chop and it'll chop again to turn off. You can do this with the display off or on. And don't worry if you still have your built-in Android feature that does turn on the flashlight. So I mean, just depends whichever one you want to use. Maybe you just want to be cool and use the chop feature. You have to go pretty fast, you can't go slow. So it's not very convenient if you're with a bunch of people and you might accidentally hit them. All these features can be accessed by going into the Moto app. Here in the Moto app you can set places where you don't want to be bothered at. I'm not going to open that because I have my address in there. The actions, there's only 2 right now. There might be more. These aren't built into the operating system, the Android operating system. But yeah, you can turn them off and on just in case. Maybe the camera has activated on accident a few times. So I mean, if you do want to turn it off, there is an option for it. Then you have the display. You can choose which display you want. You can have the Moto display or an ambient display. I think ambient display it doesn't work very well, but it's pretty much just the actual display in black and white. And then there's none if you don't want it on. Then you can block some apps. Select which detail shows, which is also available in the Android thing. And if you just put it on show all notification content, apps with blocked notification content will still not get through, so don't worry, you're still good on that. Turn on vibrate and stuff. Yeah, it's pretty awesome phone, I have to say. Oh, and it does have a hotspot, just so you know. A couple extra features, yeah, hotspot, FM radio, it has that as well. I don't know, I think there's very many more. Yeah, that's about it. Just, you know, features that not every phone has. But yeah, this is pretty much my review on the Moto G 3rd Gen. If you have any questions about it, leave them in the comments and I'll answer your comment, or I'll make another video if that question gets asked enough, or if a whole bunch of questions get asked, or if it's too complicated to explain in a comment. But, yeah, so if you do have any questions, I'll try to get back to you as soon as I can, and tell you about this phone. But, yeah. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. See ya. It's so cool.